Bossy back here on the Bossman Show. Today we're trying to recover from this Falcons loss, but how I recover is I call my man in Nashville, Tigers head coach of my Tigers, Dana Ford, my buddy, Coach Ford. How you doing, man?
Good, boss. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing good. Talking to you now, I feel much better, buddy. Because I tell you, Coach, Saturday night, NFL Honors, I'm watching that, and I'm watching my phone, watching you guys coming back, Coach. And I said, man, we gotta win this game. And by golly, you did it for me, Coach. You got the job done, man. You haven't been out there up in Austin P. How did it make you feel, man, seeing your guys win that game, put that game out, tough one up there at the Dunn Center, man?
Yeah, that was a good win for us. We were a little short-handed. Tajir McCall, one of our starters, was out with a bad knee, and we got some juniors really step up, and a sophomore step in, Armani Chaney, and really do a good job, and it was a good win for us. And obviously, we're in the hunt here for seeding in the conference tournament. The number 2 seed all the way down to the number 8 seed is only separated by 2 games, so there's a lot left to play for, and that was a good win for us.
And Coach, I was wondering, playing without your best player, it sets the tone for what you guys do. You have to be pleased at the way your guys have stepped up, especially Reddick and Hamilton in particular.
Yeah, I thought it was a total team effort, and we've got good players, and obviously I think Tajir McCall has been one of the better players we've had here in the last couple of years, but we've never been a one-man show, and that's just really not how we do things. And it was good to see guys step up and be ready for their opportunity when it presented itself. And that's kind of how that game went. And that's kind of what we expect moving forward as well. So that was a very rewarding feeling as a coach. Obviously, you want to see all your players do well, but to see 2 guys step up in Darion Reddick and Kadarius Hamilton and be ready when their number was called, that was very encouraging.
And, Coach, you're going to this big week, Jacksonville State coming up in Tennessee Tech in the interim here. So, you got to go on the road. Will you be stressing to your guys to build off the Austin P game to win these 2 tough road games and, like you said, get that conference standings up, win these games, kind of get you that better seed in that tournament coming up here at the Municipal?
Yeah, well, the second half of the Austin P game, when we made our run, we got 10 straight defensive stops, and the possession either ended in a defensive rebound or a turnover. And that's basically what we have to do if we want to go on the road and be successful. You have to guard people. And but both these teams that we're facing, both Thursday and Saturday, they're really good offensive teams, and it's going to be a challenge to guard them and really control the ball on offense, to control the tempo of the game. And that's the challenge is what it's always been for us: defend, rebound, and take care of the ball. And if we can do those things, then the last 4 or 5 minutes, you guys just got to step up and make some plays. But we like the guys that we have, and I'm looking forward to the challenge.
Coach Ford, earlier in the conversation, you made reference to the conference standings and the seeding for the OVC tournament. How much do you bring that up to the team, or is it something that you kind of reserve, talk to the seniors about and let them convey that message that you want to convey to the younger guys?
Well, I think the kids know about it. I mean, they know how to look it up themselves. I mean, we kind of address it before every game, and it's always good, I think, to know where you are. And for us, we definitely need to know where we are right now, because there's people underneath us and there's people ahead of us. And obviously, depending on the results of our next couple games, we can go either way. And obviously, we'd love to go up the ladder, but I think you have to let them know just the importance of the game. And they have to understand that people are playing for something. And hopefully that helps with their urgency and their attention to detail and what we like to call their want to. So I don't think it's a secret, and I think it's good that the players know where we stand, and hopefully we can do something about it.
We have Dana Ford here on the Bossman Show with JR and John here on the Bossman Radio Network. And, Coach, how much have you been going to Wayne Martin, Tajir McCall to kind of tell them guys, like, hey, it's now or never for you. We need to get this together, get these guys going, because, it can go either way. And it's their last hurrah at TSU. So how much you kind of go on those guys to challenge them to get these guys motivated to play hard every night, every game, and defend where you want them to defend, not making shots, break them down there where it really counts on defense?
Yeah, well, I mean, we've talked about that all year long, wanting to send Tajir McCall and Wayne Martin out the best way we can. And obviously, we all know that that's where the Ohio Valley Conference championship. Now we put ourselves in a position where that the only option for that is a tournament championship that I think we're more than capable of. But, it's also about the other guys too. I mean, they're sophomores and juniors on the team that it's time for them to step up because no matter what the outcome of our next 5, 6, 7, or how many ever games we have left, they're going to have to step up, and they're going to have really good off seasons, and they're going to have to be ready to go. And that calendar is going to flip, faster than we all know it, and they've got to be ready to play. So I think it's a little bit of both those things. It's always good to send your seniors out with a bang, but it's also just as important to transition your underclassmen to get ready for their turn.
Exactly, and Coach, as people know, we play your commercial on the show before every segment, Rebound Foundation commercial, Coach, and with the Rebound game coming up, finally it's coming up February 16th at the Gentry Center on ESPNU, Coach, and I want to get you on talk to people about that event coming to Gentry Center. And Coach, for those who have missed your message, it may not have been the first into the show, tell them about the foundation and what it's all about, and what can they expect they watch the game on the 16th, or come to the game and see you guys play against Morehead State.
Yeah, my wife Christina and I, we started a foundation called the Rebound Foundation about a year and a half ago, and basically what we do is we help abused and battered women and children, people that are probably leaving domestic violence relationships, maybe leaving a shelter and don't have anywhere to go. What we do is we purchase homes and we renovate those homes and make them livable, so they can transition into those homes for a number of months until they get up on their feet and get a job and get some educational things put in place, and just basically get the necessary building blocks that one might need to be able to take care of themselves and live a comfortable life. And so we love for people to watch our game against Morehead State and obviously make a donation to our foundation. You can do it through our website as well as our Pledge It link that's on our website. And what we basically ask for is $1 per rebound. And hopefully the Tigers of TSU are on that glass next Thursday night.
Coach, that's an absolutely worthy cause that you and your wife have undertaken. And it's very, I don't know the proper word, but it makes me feel good when I see people in your position, using their platform to do things of this nature. And I just wanted to ask you specifically, what was it in you and your wife that made you decide not to start this foundation specifically, but to be philanthropic in this way? Is it, how did you find that within yourself to give of yourself to do this for other people?
Yeah, I mean, we're so blessed, to have the life that we have and to have each other. And basically what we wanted to do is to be able to give back and help people that may be dealing with something. And we both know people in our families as well as friends of our families that have had to deal with domestic violence. So it's a situation that's kind of near and dear to our hearts. But more importantly than that, it's just the ability to give and help others when we obviously feel like we have a surplus to live off of. And we just want to help people that may not have had the same opportunities that we had growing up, going to college and earning our education and having parents and family members who love us and take care of us and help us up the way. So we just felt like it'd be the right thing to do. And our beliefs are strong, our faiths are strong, and we have to help each other and love each other as we would love, ourselves.
And Coach, this is just to carry on a little bit with this point. It's a little bit of a philosophical question, I guess, but I think it seems like, and maybe you can give me a different perspective, but I do charity work. I know JR does charity work, and there's lots and lots of people out there that do great things with their spare time and even with time that they don't have to spare to help other people. And it seems to me like there's less of that going on, or at least less of it being reported, or it's not being shown to the masses in the proper way. And if everybody took on a little bit of the weight of some of these situations that we deal with in our country, it's kind of like ants, if everybody takes a little piece, it carries a much bigger load. And I just wondered if you had any thoughts on the broader picture of charity work and philanthropy and just helping your other, humans, helping each other out. Is that a lost thing, or is it something that you see is prevalent in your life out there doing charity work?
Yeah, here in Nashville, it's really prominent. I mean, this is a very giving city, and that there are people here that are willing to help. And now I can't say that for all parts of the United States because I haven't really lived there. But I do know that here in Nashville that there's a great community who loves to give back. And you're correct. I mean, if everyone would just help somebody else, it's kind of like we tell our team all the time. If you just help your teammate, then everybody's going to get help, and everybody's going to be okay. And a lot of our problems come from the disease of me, where everyone's just worried about them. And we just don't have that type of marriage or household, my wife and I, and we don't have that type of program either. Our university's not like that as well. So we just like to step up and do our part and join, the likes of other people here in Nashville. But hopefully around the country, we start to see it more and more because there are people out there that just need help. They just didn't have the same opportunity that a lot of us did growing up.
That's right. Coach, I'm going to tell you something there, man. I thank you for your friendship, first of all. Been a cool guy, allowing me around the team the way you do, and I appreciate you for all you do for I'm a mater, Coach, because you've brought us back up, and I appreciate you for that, and I appreciate you for being my friend. Been somebody I can always talk to and text anytime I like to talk to you. So, man, thank you for that, Coach, and I wish y'all the best of luck, and I'll be at the game on next Thursday, Coach. You'll see me there. I'll be there and donate for you, Coach.
All right, I appreciate you guys, man. Y'all call me if y'all ever need something. Y'all welcome anytime.
My name is D-Nice. My name is D-Nice. My name is D-Nice. Taking out your suckers and you don't know how I did it.
Hello, I'm Dana Ford, head coach of the Tennessee State Tigers men's basketball team, and I'd like to invite you to be a part of the Rebound Foundation game that takes place February 16th at the Gentry Center at 8 p.m. Central and can be seen on ESPNU. The mission of the Rebound Foundation is to provide the necessary building blocks for women and children recovering from domestic violence. You can make a contribution without being at the game at pledgeit.org, TSU Rebound Challenge. To find out more information about the Rebound Foundation, visit www.thereboundfound.org. You can also follow us on social media at the handle The Rebound Foundation. Help the Tigers stand up against domestic violence by pledging to end it.
For all your photo, video, and voiceover needs, check out the fine folks at Blueberry Productions. They will take good care of you. If you don't believe me, you can see for yourself. Check out their work at blueberryproductions.tv, the Facebook page, Blueberry Productions, also a Vimeo page, a YouTube page, and it's Blueberry, BLUBERRY, Prod on Twitter. Check them out today. Blueberry Productions, great people, great work, great service.
Fantasy football season is fast approaching, and if you're looking for an edge this season, you need to contact the guys at Draft Day Consultants. The concept is a simple one. Draft Day Consultants takes your requests and connects you with one of their trusted analysts, who then guide you through your draft. Whether you just need a sounding board on decisions, or if you need them to conduct your entire draft, Draft Day Consultants has you covered. Every one of their consultants has a proven track record of success, and have conducted hundreds, even thousands of mock drafts. Thanks to this year-round research and analysis, the guys at DDC have an unmatched understanding of player values. So gain an edge on your league mates this season by hitting up draftdayconsultants.com. That's www.draftdayconsultants.com. Now get after it, fantasy footballers.
Hip-hop fans, I got a great album for you. The debut album from Family Grind ENT, True Speech and 313 Fresh. We're going to give you 2 discs, 33 songs of pure, genuine hip-hop. Album is available on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, illstreetrex.com, and streaming live right now on Rhapsody, Beats Music, Spotify, Xbox Music, Slacker Radio, and SoundCloud. Check them out today. True Speech and 313 Fresh. Family Grind ENT. Believe in it. Get it.
All right, folks, back in the jar of the Bossman Show with John Beckler. We just talked to Tissue Tigers head coach Daniel Ford. And everybody talked to my man Donald Young playing the Memphis Open this weekend. I'll be there for the Memphis Open. See my man when he gets to town. Tournament starts on Monday, qualifying on Saturday. But I'm going to go ahead and have fun on Saturday with my guys. So we here. DY, Donald Young on the show. DY, what's up, man? How life's treating you in the ATL, man?
I'm good. What's up with you? ATL's good. A little down after the Falcons game, but it's doing all right.
Yeah, man. That was rough, bro. That was rough. I mean, I've never seen a collapse that bad in person like that. Like, dude, like, for real? Like,
yeah, it was a tough one to watch.
Did you have a party or you just chilling at your place?
I did. I had some people over, so that made it even worse. It hurt even more. I've never seen people leave so quick.
Hey, you might be glad about that, man. You might be glad people left early. That means save you some electricity, save you some leftovers for yourself. It's all good.
I did have some leftover food. It wasn't bad on that front.
Yes, indeed. Well, man, I want to ask you about the Memphis Open, man. What's your favorite thing about the Memphis Open, man? And, what makes it unique from other tournaments that you played throughout the year on the ATP World Tour?
For me, it's great because I live in Atlanta, so it's very close. It's just a drive over, and a lot of family and friends come down to watch. And then it's the Southern cooking is great. It's just, you get some Southern hospitality, and you're close to home, which is always a pleasure because you're always so far away from home, traveling the world most of the time.
Donald, when you go to a place like Memphis where you've had previous success, is that a confidence booster for you? Is it similar to golf where a player, plays well at a certain golf course? So when he goes in there, he knows the course well. He's got a lot of confidence. Is it similar for you in that regard?
For sure. It's definitely awesome to come back to a place that you've done well and you remember the court and you have fond memories. It's just something about it. Everything feels good. When you get to that place, you can play bad all year and get to a tournament that you've done well in the past and, all of a sudden feel good and feel like you're playing well and your game's coming together. So for me, Memphis definitely does that, having some success in the past years.
Yes, indeed. I remember you got to semifinals against, who was it that year, man? I forget.
I lost to Kevin Anderson.
Yes, Anderson. Yeah, that dude's serve is crazy, man. 6'8" dude. Yeah, I remember that. I watched it. I think it was snowing that. It was snowing that year, right?
It was. It was very cold. It was snowing. It most definitely was.
Because I remember I couldn't get out there because of the ice or whatever. I remember that.
JR doesn't do ice, Don. JR doesn't do ice.
Yeah, he's in the South. Doesn't snow. Doesn't that much ice normally.
Yeah. I couldn't make it. I couldn't make it out there that day. That ice, I was like, I'm good. I'm staying home. I should get there. Yeah. Ain't no way. No way, Jose. So, looking at your year, man, do you kind of look at points-wise, like, hey, let me do good between, Memphis and Houston, and kind of gear for Atlanta, the U.S. Open, kind of get your points, and whatever you get after that is pretty much gravy. Is that how you look at your year, or you kind of look at it a different way?
Yeah, I mean, for Americans, a lot of the guys, you have some guys who love the clay. I mean, I don't mind playing on clay, but it's definitely not my favorite surface. So for us, it's tough because after Miami, there isn't a hardcourt tournament until Atlanta. So, these tournaments are very important, the Australia through this U.S. swing with Memphis, Delray, and then you have Indian Wells, Miami, and Acapulco, still North America. So it's definitely very important for us. So that's basically how I look at it, get my stuff in on hardcourt and, and then the rest of the year, if you do well, it's obviously great. You want to do well at every tournament you play, but the hardcourt is where you focus on.
Now, Donald, Acapulco, they should give it a that wall go up now.
Exactly.
Oh, you're wrong. That's
I couldn't resist that one, John. Acapulco, the wall, easy.
Got to drop a wall joke out there, huh?
100%. Yeah, that's funny. It's always good. It's a joke between a lot of my friends and family as well, so it's funny.
Well, speaking of overseas tournaments, Donald, what's your favorite stop outside of the U.S. stops on the ATP World Tour?
That are currently going on now. I love playing in Asia. Like Tokyo is great. I mean, that's one of my favorite places to play. And it not a tournament anymore, but Bangkok, Thailand used to be my favorite place of all to play. It was where I had my first final on tour, and it's just an awesome place. The fans are nice. The people are great. I mean, the weather is awesome. And I love Australia as well, but probably Thailand and then Tokyo.
So I've always been curious about this. When you travel outside of the United States, what kind of support do you get from the tour? And how difficult is it to kind of navigate some of these locations? I mean, I'm assuming, and maybe incorrectly, that the language barrier is difficult for you, and maybe some of the other guys, some of the dietary things that go on, food in different countries may not agree with you as the food here in the United States does. How difficult is it to make those adjustments when you're traveling abroad?
Yeah, it's definitely tough. Being on the tour versus futures and challengers, they do a good job of, having pretty well-rounded food that most people are used to. You know, your pastas, your chickens, some vegetables at the site and at the hotel. They pick hotels that are, accustomed to having people from other countries. So it's well-versed. But yeah, definitely the food can be an issue. I've had that before in places. They just don't have the same things that you're used to at home to get your nutrients and vegetables and all your, proteins and the stuff you're normally used to eating. So it definitely can be tough. And, as far as the fan support in Asia, I get treated pretty well. Like, I don't know why, but they love me. They have posters, they have signs, the fans come out, and they really make you feel welcome. So it's a pleasure to travel around the world and play a sport you love.
Hey, it's because you're so smooth, man. That's why. You're so smooth, man. Your stroke game is smooth, man. That's why.
Exactly. That's funny.
Yeah, man. And, like I say, it's crazy. Like, how the Bryans will be over in Europe from, like, Monte Carlo through Wimbledon. How they do that? I would be just homesick. Been over there a whole 2 months in a row. And I hear a lot of guys say American guys should go over there and be over there all that time. European guys don't really play Delray or Houston or Atlanta like that. They stay over there and do their things in Europe. So I don't know why for American guys it's so much. It should come over there early and get used to the clay. Why? When the European guys don't come over here and play hardcourt tournaments.
I agree with you. It's weird because if you think about it, they'll stay over on the clay courts until Toronto, Cincinnati time, and then play a warm-up tournament in the Open and go back and be there the whole time. They really don't come over to stay for that long. And yeah, it's just a tough thing because for the brides, they have each other. They have families now, so they bring them over. And I bet if you can bring your family and friends and you have an apartment that you're renting out or something, it can be a little easier. But if that's not going on, those I can tell you from experience, those are some pretty rough 6 to 8 weeks.
Bro, if I was you, I'd play Rome and Madrid and French and beat back, maybe play Queens and come back, and Wimbledon come back. Forget the other stuff. I'm not a dirt ball. I'm going to play Estoril or Munich or something like that. Crazy.
Exactly. I totally agree with you.
Now, I will say this for my guy, Dennis Schroeder, Atlanta Hawks. He cool. He told me that Germany's cool. I'm like, bro, I'm not too convinced about that. But okay.
It has its places. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man. He's funny. He's funny. And John gets why he's funny a little later in the interview. Trust me. He got something for you about that. But
all right.
Now, you played in Melbourne. I heard a lot about the courts in Melbourne. They was real fast, playing like a carpet almost. You played there, played doubles and singles. How did the courts play? Were they pretty faster than usual than they've been in previous years, or was it about the same?
It was a lot faster than previous years. The court was really quick, actually, and the ball was moving. It was kind of one-strike tennis, first-strike tennis, and whoever got on the offensive was the person who mainly won the point. so that was who was winning. It wasn't normally it's pretty slow, so you can rally, you can play defense, and it wasn't that case this year.
So, Dennis, just to kind of spin you got me saying Dennis now, thinking about it. CJR, you got me all twisted up now. Let me try this again. Donald, if you weren't playing tennis, what other sports would pique your interest? Now, I want to add on to that question. What is it about tennis that made you go down that path from an athletic standpoint? Did you have other sports that you thought about pursuing, or was there something specific about tennis other than your aptitude for it that drew you in?
Yeah, for me, the two sports I played quite a bit was soccer. I mean, that was kind of serious, but the one I took very serious was baseball. You know, I was on the Little League traveling team. We traveled. We did all that stuff, and that was a very serious sport for me. So I had to choose between baseball and tennis, and they're kind of the same season. So I kind of chose tennis. My parents knew a little bit more about tennis. I mean, my dad played baseball, and his dad was a professional. But other than that, you know, he wanted me to play tennis. That was his love. So tennis was the sport. I enjoyed it a little bit more and stuck with it.
Now, from the soccer standpoint, to me, I used to play soccer. I played all the way up through high school. And then I came to the realization that it was just way too much running. Okay, lots and lots of running in soccer. So I chose a more stationary sport as I went on through college, which was golf. Much less running in golf. Zero running in golf. Unless you hit somebody with a ball, then you might want to run. But other than that, so I guess from a soccer standpoint, what was the draw for you for soccer?
I kind of like the team aspect of it. You know, the running, I enjoy running and just the team aspect for me. So a couple of my friends were on the team. I wanted to play with them, so I played. And, you know, I like being on teams and whenever I get a chance to do that. But I also enjoy, obviously, with tennis, the individual part of it as well.
There's always, like, when I was coming up, I'm 38. When I was coming up outside, we were outside all day long. You played, you know, Little League baseball, you played soccer, you played football, you played all the sports, whether you were good at them or not. Your parents stuck you in it just to, you know, get you some exercise, get you out of the house. I don't see that as much these days. What do you see out there? I don't know how much interaction you have with the youth tennis community or other youth sports, but what sense do you get of where team-oriented sports and youth sports is going in this country as we sit here today?
Yeah, it's definitely not it doesn't seem as big. Like yesterday I went out and actually watched a high school state championship basketball game, which was pretty cool. Like, I think that stuff gets kind of, you know, skipped over nowadays. It's so important to go out there. I think sports in general teach you discipline. So, you know, to get on the team, you give effort, you work with other people, you know, you listen to your coaches, and you show the right attitude. I think that's important in, you know, team sports. And like you said, I grew up playing a bunch of different sports, and, you know, whether you were great at it all or not at any, you know, you played. So I think it's important to get out there and play sports and try different things and get in a team environment with other people competing, and it's positive, and I think it helps.
I'm going to tell you a story about me on so many people on that radio here. I fell asleep in left field, man. That's why I can move for first base. I fell asleep in left field, bro.
Yeah, it's kind of boring out there sometimes.
They was like, JR! I'm out there staring up, drooling, sleep in left field.
That's comedy.
I was 10 years old. My dad was like, son, you know my dad Dominican, son, are you okay?
Right.
What's going on with your son? You okay? Be baseball player, been sleepy, son. He said, Coach, put my son over Uno base. So he put me first base. Staying awake then. Yeah, man, like, okay, my dad tells the coach, like, said, Coach, my son's sleepy. He can't focus. Put him in first base. So with first base, Donald, I had a hard time. I kept my foot on the base. I sprained my ankle because I wouldn't put my foot outside the base, on the base. It was bad. I said, Dad, Give me back to football and basketball, what I know in tennis. I can't play baseball. I was a switch hitter. I couldn't feel worth crap. Well, the DH back in Little League Baseball, I would have been okay. But the DH, I would have been cool. They were cheese or something, but I couldn't make it happen, man. So I said tennis, basketball, and football. Luckily, football is my best sport, thankfully, as a receiver. So Donald, would you ever play football? Would you be a receiver, or a tight end, or running back? What would you do if you played football like I did?
I don't know. It would probably have to be whatever role I didn't get hit as much.
So you'd be a punter or a kicker then.
Yeah, exactly, something like that. I mean, I would love to play receiver or something like that. And if I didn't mind getting hit, like running back seems pretty cool as well. But yeah, I mean, I enjoy watching. I enjoy playing with friends, but I don't know if I could. I mean, they look like they hit way too hard nowadays.
Well, let me tell you something. I would avoid all hits. I would get my first down and get down or get out of bounds. I don't take no hits now. And John knows my coach get mad at me. He's like, JR, you have more yards. First down, though. First down.
JR, there's two things JR doesn't do. That's ice, and he doesn't do physical contact at the receiver position. Those are the two things he doesn't do.
Exactly.
Well, listen, Donald, I wanted to ask you, outside, we talked about all these sports, but outside of the great advice that J.C. Smith gave you back in the day when he was coaching you up,
that
telling
was
you
Dennis
to
Kudla,
hit it.
man, not Donald. Dennis Kudla told that.
Oh, he gave it to Kudla. My apologies. He once gave Kudla the advice. He told Kudla, just hit it where they ain't, Donald. He told him, hit it where they ain't. So other than that solid coaching advice, what would be the best thing that you've drawn in from your coaches on your game?
Honestly, for me, it was stay coachable. So whether that was who's working with you now or someone in the future, just to stay open-minded and be able to listen and receive the information and never think you know it all, because at the end of the day, you really don't. So you can always learn and improve. So it's to stay coachable, and that's the key, because as soon as your mind closes, you don't improve anymore.
And don't get hit. Whatever you do, don't get hit.
Yeah, exactly. That's rule number one.
Have you ever gotten hit? Have you ever gotten hit in competition with the ball? Like somebody just pelts you with the ball?
For sure. I've been hit in the back of the head by my partner serving. They were serving. I've been hit in the face with the ball, stomach, everywhere, pretty much. That
would be me. That would be me. If I was, if you and I are playing doubles, you keep me in front, because I'll be tagging you from behind the ball.
Exactly. I don't want that. Getting hit when you can't see the ball is kind of rough.
No doubt. With DY, I could tell you before, I have no backhand. It's all a slice of backhand, so I can't hit a backhand save my life. I can hit a forehand, though, so it's all good.
That's all that matters.
I'm kind of like Feliciano Lopez. I have no backhand. I just slice and everything. That's the kind of guy I am, man. But DY, I hope you had fun tonight with me and John, man. Because John wanted to talk to you today, man, because John loves you. So we made it happen for you today, brother. I hope everything's good.
Appreciate
that tournament here in Memphis coming up, and it's been great, man.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for having me. It's always fun being on the show.
Hello, I'm Dana Ford, head coach of the Tennessee State Tigers men's basketball team, and I'd like to invite you to be a part of the Rebound Foundation game that takes place February 16th at the Gentry Center at 8 p.m. Central and can be seen on ESPNU. The mission of the Rebound Foundation is to provide the necessary building blocks for women and children recovering from domestic violence. You can make a contribution without being at the game at pledgeit.org, TSU Rebound Challenge. To find out more information about the Rebound Foundation, visit www.thereboundfound.org. You can also follow us on social media at the handle The Rebound Foundation. Help the Tigers stand up against domestic violence by pledging to end it.
For all your photo, video, and voiceover needs, check out the fine folks at Blueberry Productions. They will take good care of you. If you don't believe me, you can see for yourself. Check out their work at blueberryproductions.tv, the Facebook page, Blueberry Productions, also a Vimeo page, a YouTube page, and it's Blueberry, BLUBERRY, Prod on Twitter. Check them out today. Blueberry Productions, great people, great work, great service.
Fantasy football season is fast approaching, and if you're looking for an edge this season, you need to contact the guys at Draft Day Consultants. The concept is a simple one. Draft Day Consultants takes your requests and connects you with one of their trusted analysts, who then guide you through your draft. Whether you just need a sounding board on decisions, or if you need them to conduct your entire draft, Draft Day Consultants has you covered. Every one of their consultants has a proven track record of success, and have conducted hundreds, even thousands of mock drafts. Thanks to this year-round research and analysis, the guys at DDC have an unmatched understanding of player values. So gain an edge on your league mates this season by hitting up draftdayconsultants.com. That's www.draftdayconsultants.com. Now get after it, fantasy footballers.
Hip-hop fans, I got a great album for you. The debut album from Family Grind ENT, True Speech and 313 Fresh. We're going to give you 2 discs, 33 songs of pure, genuine hip-hop. Albums available on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, illstreetrex.com, and streaming live right now on Rhapsody, Beats Music, Spotify, Xbox Music, Slacker Radio, and SoundCloud. Check them out today, True Speech and 313 Fresh, Family Grind ENT. Believe in it, get it.
Speaking of John the Bossman Show, I had a great show for you so far today with our man Dana Ford and Donald Young, and now we're joined by the Raptors 905 head coach doing big things, coaching the D-League All-Star game in New Orleans down there, Coach Jerry Stackhouse. Coach, how's things going for you, man?
Man, everything doing great, man. Appreciate you guys having me.
Yes, indeed, Coach. I must tell you, for those, man, we are big fans of yours and your career. I watched you in North Carolina, man. So seeing you getting this coaching gig now, man, doing your thing, I'm like, wow. Guys I've been watching my whole life, now they're going into coaching now. So it makes me proud watching a guy like yourself or looked up to doing big things, having on the show now as well.
Man, Father Time is undefeated, man. So, yeah, we got to move on to the next phase, you know. Playing was a lot of fun. We was doing that for a long time, and now trying to teach these guys, and then also last year working with the Raptors, and now with the development team, trying to help these guys fulfill their dream of playing in the NBA and playing at that next level.
And Coach, what does it mean to get this honor to coach in the All-Star game? And you're first year as a head coach. So what does this mean to you, man?
I mean, it feels really good, man. It's, a total team effort from my staff, man. These guys have worked their butts off, with these guys. Player development has been a huge part of who we've been this year. Not just going out and playing games, but trying to teach these guys how to play a style of basketball that's going to help them, once they get an opportunity to get a call up or, go to training camps, things that are going to stick with them to help them stand out. It's not just about scoring a bunch of points or getting a bunch of rebounds, but being able to play with other good players. And I think our guys have bought into that, and it's been evident in our record. And I think that's, in return, we've been rewarded by having a couple guys on the All-Star team and our coaching staff getting a great opportunity to coach, the D-League All-Star game. So we're definitely excited about it.
Well, Coach Stackhouse, you had a very successful playing career, which everybody's very familiar with. Was there a point during that playing career that it became evident to you that you wanted to get into coaching, and ultimately, how did you get into the coaching gig and become the head coach of the team?
Well, the coaching started for me around 2000. As a player, always kind of gravitated toward the younger players, even if I didn't have that, as a rookie coming in. Maybe had one guy, Vernon Maxwell, who was a shooting guard. I played power forward pretty much in college, so I was learning a total new position when I got to the league. And Vernon kind of took me on his wing and showed me how to, chase off of screens and do different things. I was just getting nailed on screens when I first got in the league. And I think, having somebody like that, I said I always wanted to be that type of person for the younger players. So when I was in Detroit, at the prime of my career, I would always have the rookie players. They would come stay with me, and I would take them to practice, cook breakfast for them and do all those types of things. So I just kind of nurturing them, and then, they always wanted to pick my brains about different things on the court. So, I was always kind of in a teaching mode, even as a player. And then I got toward the end of my career, I started coaching my son's AAU team. So I started an AAU program about, in 2011, after watching, going to one of my son's games and watching him just lay the balls out there to him and just letting them play. I was like, I got a little time, and we'll try to, get out here and teach these kids how to play. And from that, they got pretty good, and then, started to win championships and started adding some more pieces. And I had Brandon Ingram actually played on that team with my son. They both was in the same classification. So had a chance to see these kids who, just probably average players, and now all those kids are in college, and Brandon's going on to the NBA. So it's like, that was, I kind of got the bug there. And then I got an opportunity to coach at Adidas with Adidas Nations. And from there, Sai sold me over in Treviso, Italy. I think, he called me, like, see if I had any interest in, coming up and interviewing for an assistant coaches that we had. And I came up, and pretty much the rest is history. I was behind the bench last year for the Raptors, and, just 1 year removed, I got an opportunity to kind of, run my own team. They would go from making suggestions to, making decisions. It's been a big jump, but at the same time, I've learned a lot in a short amount of time. And like I said, the success is kind of speaking for itself so far.
Now, Coach, since you're working for the Raptors organization, Coach, are you having to run Dwayne's system, or you can coach your own way? You don't tell you to do what Dwayne does on the big team, or you can do it your way down there with your team?
No, we have some. Obviously, we have assignment guys, or we have some foundation that want to run at the Raptors, but it's not completely, the Raptors stuff. I have some leeway to be able to, put some things in, especially because we don't have the same personnel. A lot of what the Raptors do is built around two all-star players, and Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan. And unfortunately, we got some talented players, but we don't have that type of talent on this team. So we have to do some things a little bit differently. But more so than anything, it's about the defensive end of the floor, and I think that's where we have a lot of similarities in the things that we do. Offensively, I think you'll find a way to put enough points on the board if you hang your hat on defense, and I think that's who we've been so far. One of the top 2 or 3 teams in the league defensively. Defensive field goals, holding teams to right around 100 points a game. So we're proud of that, and I think just continuing to build again, showing these guys that giving a little bit less of themselves. We don't have anybody averaging over 16.5 points a game, but I think we got 2 guys on the All-Star team, so I think the league has recognized these guys for giving themselves, not just rewarding guys with the gaudy numbers, but rewarding team play and guys being selfless.
But I guess to that point, Coach, you're only 4 short years removed from playing. So do you get out frequently in these drills, and is it beneficial for you to be able to get on the court with your guys and not only tell them what they need to be doing, but literally show them and being able to do that? And I guess if you do that, does it get that competitive juice fired up again?
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that that I loved about last year, being able to work really hands-on, with our younger players, the Norman Powells, to DeLon Wrights, to Lucas Negreiros. I was working, with those guys a ton last year, and to see them come this year and have an impact, with the big team, and now getting able to get hands-on with this younger group, these player development guys, and it's like they, for 10 minutes a day, I get to be Jerry Stackhouse. When we get to our shell defense, I like it out there, and I try to kill them every chance I can. But No, not too much more than that, but it is a big help for me. Just my longevity and my career allows, automatically they listen and they hear the open to what I'm saying. I think that's, I use that analogy a lot. That it's just like almost like training a puppy. The first thing you have to do is get to look at you. And for me, having the success I had playing, that I don't have that problem with them not listening or not tuning in to what I have to say. So that's definitely a plus.
Folks, we're Jerry Stackhouse here on the Bossman Show, coach of the Raptors 905 up there in Canada doing big things. 20 going to the D-League All-Star game as a head coach. Know he's winning games up there, playing defensively. It's all good up there in Canada. Now, coach, there's some guys you play against in the league, it's in the D-League, that you can kind of tell your guys, hey, I play against this guy. I already have a scouting report on this dude. I already played him in the league. So are there some guys like that you come across so far this year?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's guys. I mean, they're still younger guys to me, but a guy that's in the D League now who was a pretty solid NBA player, and trying to get back to like a Jordan Crawford who plays with Grand Rapids. I had a chance to play him, so a lot of these guys I can give firsthand account on. With some of the older veteran guys that that have played in the league, but there's a lot of young guys that I don't really know. I maybe know a little bit of their games from college, or they're fresh out of college and a few years removed. And there's a lot of talent down here, man. Honestly, that I don't think I ever really took a big interest in, because I was always focused on it up to even my broadcasting and different things I was doing. It was always about the NBA, not so much the development league. But it definitely is a gym, and I think people to recognize that it's professional basketball, and these young guys are just a step or two away from getting up to the next level. And we've had quite a few call-ups this year, and a couple of them that stuck and secured a couple of long-term deal, 2-year deal, like Yogi Ferrell, Karen White, to get down in Miami, and Yogi in Dallas. Those guys have done a hell of a job of working the D-League system and getting the opportunity and the call up. And once they got their opportunity, they made the most of them. So we're hoping to get some opportunities like that for some of our players on the Raptors team, and our Raptors 905 team, and hopefully they stay. Hopefully some of the tools that we're giving them will showcase and allow them to not have to come back. I love our guys, but I really would love to see them find a home up at the next level.
Well, and to that point, Coach, when you look at your current roster, can you rip off a few guys that you think eventually are going to be on an NBA roster, stick on an NBA roster, and really help contribute in the league?
Well, the guy that we had last year, Axel Tupain, has been our leading scorer this year. I think that he's a guy that could provide a real boost off of anybody's bench. I mean, he's a guy that doesn't need him and brings him off the bench this year. And just kind of get him used to that role, because I tell these guys all the time that pretty much the first 8 spots on the NBA team is pretty solid. So you got to try to figure out a way to get him between 9 and 15. And I think he would be a guy that, if he's given the opportunity, could do a really good job for someone. Eddie Tavares is 7'2", can play with the back to the basket. Has gotten really good in pick and roll coverages. He was one of those guys that loved to kind of hang around the basket because he was so tall, and now we got him out there, showing and being real up high to the level on pick and rolls. So I think, those are 2 guys at the forefront. C.J. Leslie has played well for us this year, a guy that was on a lot of people's radar, and then maybe just having some maturation issues early on coming out of school, and I think he's starting to solve some of those things to make these guys get a chance again, and like I said, to get an opportunity and to make it happen for this time around.
Now, Coach, the new CBA with these 2-way contracts now with the Raptors being able to go to 17, you feel like this will help strengthen the D-League with more money being in the D-League now, with more guys actually play the D-League rather go over to Europe. The league actually get better now with more quality guys making more money, wanting to go be down there, and with more teams coming in, so it helps the part all together. How you feel about that?
Well, I think it's a good thing. I mean, I think, for the way it's going now, these guys are kind of sliding in a couple slots around $25,000, around $20,000. It's not a lot of money at all, especially if you have this type of family. It's not even a lot of money for a single man. So I think, being able to have these 2-way contracts, not exactly sure how it's going to work, but I just think the theory of it is it's going to be better for guys, maybe a little bit more influx of talent from the European market of guys that would had to go overseas. Now could stick around and really give themselves an opportunity to get a call up because they can supplement their income a little bit with these contracts. So, again, like I said, it'd be interesting to see how everything plays out. But right now, it looks like it's definitely a win for the players and a good look for the league.
Well, Coach, you have one of our good friends on your staff, and Coach Donnie Tyndall, and I wanted to talk a little bit about him and get your impressions of what he's meant to your staff and what he's meant to the team as you guys have moved through your season.
Donnie's he's like the coach's coach. He had a really young staff, a couple guys that kind of inherited on the staff from the team that was here last year, and I brought in 2 people. I think it was one of them, and I brought in Nikki Gross, who had some background in the D League. She's been great for me, and Donnie's been great for me as well. It's just kind of allowing me to be the head coach, and there's things that you feel like I maybe should think about or be talking about that transition defense. He's always been with them when he was in college of kind of zone defense, and he goes on teams a little bit. But just his player development side of it, working with the bigs, and just bringing that energy every day. It's unfortunate what went on with them with the NCAA. I know he had a big appeal for his 10-year show calls, which they upheld. So we were all disappointed about that. Was hoping that they would, change that and give one of the best college coaches in the country an opportunity to get back to what he loved. But, I think he's just a gym rat, a guy that wants to be the GM. And when he approached me about coming in, and I wanted a basketball guy. I didn't look at any of that stuff, which, once he told me how it all went down, I was just like, man, it's just a sad case, that they try to make an example out of a good man like that. But I think he's been strong, been strong for his family, and hopefully, as long as I got somewhere to go, he's gonna have somewhere to go. So it's a good thing all the way around.
Now, Coach Stack, Donnie always gives me mess, man. If I had Greece from the Charlottetown with us, he'll give me and the guests mess about me. So, Coach, what's some dirt on Donnie Tyndall? I want to get him when he gets me, when he come on the show and bothers me. But Coach, I can do back in his face, man.
Well, you ask him. Yeah, ask him about that chair in the locker room. That's all I just say.
All right.
Down there. He sat down in the chair in the locker room, man, and with all the guys around, and man, he got up so fast that you wouldn't even think he was on the ground. But we still laugh about that one, man. We have some good chuckles, man. He's just, like I said, a great dude, but definitely mention that chair to him, and I know he's gonna bust out laughing with that one.
Absolutely. Hey, Coach Stack, hey, man, we thank you for your time, man. You've been great. I said, me and John have been fan of yours for years. We got to have you on the show. Talk to you on the road, Coach.
Appreciate you having me, man. Have a good night.
All right, folks. It's Jerry Stackhouse on the Bossman Show. Coming next is the Boss Report after the break.
Hello, I'm Dana Ford, head coach of the Tennessee State Tigers men's basketball team, and I'd like to invite you to be a part of the Rebound Foundation game that takes place February 16th at the Gentry Center at 8 p.m. Central and can be seen on ESPNU. The mission of the Rebound Foundation is to provide the necessary building blocks for women and children recovering from domestic violence. You can make a contribution without being at the game at pledgeit.org, TSU Rebound Challenge. To find out more information about the Rebound Foundation, visit www.thereboundfound.org. You can also follow us on social media at the handle The Rebound Foundation. Help the Tigers stand up against domestic violence by pledging to end it.
For all your photo, video, and voiceover needs, check out the fine folks at Blueberry Productions. They will take good care of you. If you don't believe me, you can see for yourself. Check out their work at blueberryproductions.tv, the Facebook page, Blueberry Productions, also a Vimeo page, a YouTube page, and it's Blueberry, BLUBERRY, Prod on Twitter. Check them out today. Blueberry Productions, great people, great work, great service.
Fantasy football season is fast approaching, and if you're looking for an edge this season, you need to contact the guys at Draft Day Consultants. The concept is a simple one. Draft Day Consultants takes your requests and connects you with one of their trusted analysts, who then guide you through your draft. Whether you just need a sounding board on decisions, or if you need them to conduct your entire draft, Draft Day Consultants has you covered. Every one of their consultants has a proven track record of success, and have conducted hundreds, even thousands of mock drafts. Thanks to this year-round research and analysis, the guys at DDC have an unmatched understanding of player values. So gain an edge on your league mates this season by hitting up draftdayconsultants.com. That's www.draftdayconsultants.com. Now get after it, fantasy footballers.
Hip-hop fans, I got a great album for you. The debut album from Family Grind ENT, True Speech and 313 Fresh. We're going to give you 2 discs, 33 songs of pure, genuine hip-hop. Albums available on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, illstreetrex.com, and streaming live right now on Rhapsody, Beats Music, Spotify, Xbox Music, Slacker Radio, and SoundCloud. Check them out today. True Speech and 313 Fresh. Family Grind ENT. Believe in it. Get it.
Mama, K-Sign at it again.
Bossman Show. We had a great interview with Jerry Stackhouse of Raptors 905, head coach, with a good Coach Tyndall story. And we had Dana Ford, and we had Donald Young at the Memphis Open. So now it is time for the Boss Report. John, you ready for the Boss Report, man?
I'm ready for the Boss Report. I feel like we got to get a hold of Coach Tyndall and find out more about this chair incident, really.
Yes, we do. We can get him on the line real quick about this chair of Coach Tyndall's, because that'll be a good local man story, right?
We're going to have to we'll do a new segment on the show. We'll get Coach Stackhouse to come on maybe once a month and update us on Coach Tyndall's locker room behavior. Find out what's going on in there.
Exactly. Well, folks, you've been waiting on it. It's time for it. It's here. It's the Boss Report. First story is Johnny Depp is reportedly in trouble after admitting he spends, get this, over $30,000 a month on wine.
Yeah, see, I don't know, man. We've had these stories on before where, like, not necessarily celebrities, but just people in general spending obscene amounts of money on stupid stuff, right? Okay? Like, that $30,000 that you're spending, and you did say a month, correct?
Yes, on wine.
A month on wine. That's slightly less, I think, than the median income in the country, right? Like, so that's more than most people make a year. Like,
yes.
Dude, just help somebody out. Donate it to a charity. Go downtown. Buy somebody who's on the streets a meal. Whatever, dude. I mean, come on. That's crazy. I mean, you spend your money how you want to spend your money, but you got to think that you can do a lot more good in the world with $30,000 a month. Dude, that's over $250,000 a year. That's creeping up on $500,000 a year in wine, dude. Wine.
Exactly.
God, that's crazy, right?
Exactly. Too crazy. And we have
what we need to do? Hey, listen, I don't want to cut you before the next one, but we got to hit him up. We got to hit him up and see if we can get some sponsorship dollars.
My man, Johnny D, hook us up with some of his sponsorship money on that wine you spending, brother. Come on, man.
Just break it down to like 290. There's 29,000 a month or 20,000 a month, and hook us up.
Exactly. Oh my goodness. And Florida crazies attack teen dad arrested out the parking truck on top of road rager's car to prevent him from shooting at him.
Okay, you're gonna have to run that one back because my brain just didn't even it is not in boss report mode yet.
Florida Crazies, a tag team dad arrested after parking truck on top of Road Rager's car to prevent shooting and getting his ass capped.
I mean, dude, there's how do you get a car on top? How does that even work? Did he Dukes a Hazzard it on there somehow? What?
Exactly.
That's what I have the vision in my head, of it's flying through the air. Oh man, Florida. What? I don't even know, man.
Exactly. Woo, we have bye topticals is what it says in the story, John. Topticals. Hooters are to hire male servers and get rid of fun bag uniforms in new restaurant.
So they're gonna hire male servers at the current Hooters restaurants?
Yes.
And these guys are gonna walk around topless?
No. In shorts and t-shirts, thank mercifully.
Shorts and t-shirts. I mean, I guess so. Whatever floats your boat. I mean, the whole point of Hooters is chicks in tight shirts and short shorts, right?
Yep.
So I guess if you want to bring dudes into the mix, that's cool. Whatever you want, man. I mean, I don't really go to Hooters anymore. I think their food is kind of terrible, to be honest with you.
I agree.
So
totally agree.
I used to when I was coming up, Hooters was first coming out. That was a big deal, right? To go to Hooters, but then it was just whatever, I mean, at this point, right? You can go on and see naked chicks on the internet all day long for free. So what's the attraction at this point?
Exactly. And Florida man's arrested after attacking couple with a 2x4, tying them up and inviting twin escorts to serve his sexual needs for hours.
Okay, so where did this take place?
Florida.
Dude, Florida man went old school with the 2x4. The rest of the story is that's just what Florida man does on Thursday night. But he's busting out the 2x4, he's going. That's caveman for Florida man, because usually he's got a machete or he's using some kind of acidic cleaner to harm someone. He comes up with some pretty unique ways to attack and find weapons. So a 2x4, that's old school, right?
Yeah, very old school Florida man.
That's Hacksaw Jim Duggan, right?
Yes, sir. Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Uh-oh. Here we go. Sextortion. Pipe slanging Texas student arrested after he blackmails his teacher for $28,000 after secret, sexy, freaky affair.
Should have called up Johnny Depp. He could have just broke off his wine stipend for the month. Right?
Exactly.
Dude, I love the headline on this one. What? Pipe slanging Texas teacher.
Exactly.
And who he was extorting this money from a teacher?
Yes.
What are they paying teachers down there? You get $28,000. That's a year's salary, right? Or
exactly.
a good portion of it. Jeez, she must have been. Who knows, man? Maybe she's hooked up with somebody. Her husband, maybe he's got some money and he was extorting her or something. I don't know. That's pretty. Yeah. I don't know what to tell you. I love the headline though, JR.
Yes. How about this? Florida man arrested after beating down boss with a broom, waking him up while he's supposed to be processing claims.
So, is this Florida man again?
Yes.
What's that Florida man is going back to the lumber yard, man? His broom, 2x4. Next, he's going to hit somebody with a dining room table or something. He's going all wood this week. It's all wood weaponry. Maybe it's wood weapon week, down in Florida.
Exactly. Man, that's old school right there. You're going to love this. Washington woman is arrested after attempting to kill Craigslist date with a pocket knife and plans to eat his heart and take off his junk.
Dude, you got to be careful on Craigslist, bro. You could be shopping around for a new washer and dryer or something, trying to find a deal. Next thing you know, some chick's in your bedroom stabbing you with a Swiss Army knife, trying to chop your heart out and eat it. You got to watch out, man. Craigslist, it's benign on the front end, but if you get down in there too deep, man, it can go sideways real quick on you.
Yes, indeed. And here we go. A naked Florida man is arrested after handing blunt to cop leaving Subway inside Walmart.
Yeah, I mean, that's, nothing out of the ordinary there, right? That's lunchtime in Florida.
Exactly.
Like, he was just walking out of the Subway and was like, we're talking about a Subway sandwich shop, right?
Yes, in Walmart. The ones that's in Walmart, yes.
Right. Okay.
He's naked in Walmart and Subway. That's already a problem.
I wonder if he's got the 6-inch or the 12-inch.
Exactly. My bad.
The restaurant clerk was like, "Do you want a 6-inch or a foot long?" And he's like, "No, baby, I already got a foot long."
Exactly. You get ready for it, man. Woo-wee.
I love it.
And Virginia man is arrested after burglarizing home and receiving sloppy toppy while smoking tree in victim's bedroom.
I mean, if you're gonna break into somebody's house, you might as well just, use it up, right? Like, have a good time.
Exactly.
Take the bedroom for a tour. Do what you gotta do. Break into Johnny Depp's house, tap into that $30,000 a month wine cellar.
Exactly. Exactly. And get this. Florida man arrested after committing $7 million in bank fraud because, quote, Jesus wanted to make me rich. That's what he would do.
Yeah, that sounds legit. You just had a conversation with Jesus. Jesus told you to rob the bank because he wanted to make you rich. Fair enough. Case closed. Be on your way. Keep the money, right?
Exactly. Wow. Florida man. White collar crimes. Florida man.
At least he had clothes on, right?
Exactly. Well, this one didn't. Well, maybe he did. Here we go. Florida man arrested after attempting to hide from police in trash can while dressed in SpongeBob SquarePants.
Now, you might be able to get away with hiding in a trash can if you didn't have a disguise on, but SpongeBob, it's a giant, square sponge, right?
Exactly.
How did you even get in there? Do you, tuck your sponge in? I don't know, man. I wish to God I would have seen that going down. When you're driving by, you see some dude in a SpongeBob costume trying to cram himself into a garbage can.
Exactly, man. Oh, man. Florida man armed with a gun and car arrested after handing joint to cops while parked in Whole Foods handicap spot trying to pick up him some cougar pee.
So, what? Florida man just degaff, right? Degaff anymore. They don't care. The dude coming out of the subway is butt naked, just hands his blunt over to the cop. Here, hold this for a minute. I got to tie my shoe. Even though he was naked, he did have shoes on. No shoes, no service there at the subway. So you have to have shoes on. This guy, he hands over his spleef to the officer while he's trying to get the little cougar action in the parking lot. They don't care anymore. They basically are just like, you know what? And I mean, like I said, the cops last week, I said, they just give up. They just give up, I think.
Exactly. And Florida man on the loose after crapping in public, stripping naked, and fleeing on a bike.
Wouldn't think that riding a bike naked is all that comfortable, would you?
I don't think it would be. That hard bottom would hurt after a while, make your butt red.
Yeah, well, especially in Florida, JR. You're a native Florida man. I don't want to rub it in, but you're a native Florida man. You know what the humidity is like down there.
Very hot.
I mean, you'd be getting some sweat down there real quick.
Exactly.
It could be problematic. You might not be able to get off that seat at some point. Be stuck on that son of a gun.
And we have this Florida woman arrested after filming herself giving her Florida man sloppy toppy at the courthouse before he faces charges.
Well, was it did they say where in the courthouse this took place?
In a empty study.
Empty study. I mean, that's not necessarily a public setting though, right? I understand it's not you shouldn't be doing that, but it's not like she was just in the courtroom doing it or in the common area of the court building. It was in a private room, right?
Yeah, it was in an empty room, but they caught her on film. She was on Facebook Live, Snapchat, and Twitter, and Instagram as well.
Dude, people use that social media for, dude, put everything out there. put everything out. I don't know, man. People put their entire life up on their social media, right?
Exactly. And Florida man's arrested after stripping naked and taking a bath at the car wash.
Listen, it's got all the things that you need for a bath, JR. Water and soap, right?
Exactly.
So, do what you got to do. For Florida man, they should just be happy that he's cleaning himself, as far as I'm concerned.
And he got dried off, too. He went through the actual car. Put your car under. He went through that point.
I wonder if he got the undercarriage wash for $1 extra.
Exactly. And final story for you is our first story, a local man story. Local man arrested after beating down man who got too touchy-feely with his donk girl at Donk's restaurant, which me and Jesse Smith love.
So wait a minute. The dude that got arrested, he whooped up on somebody because he got too touchy-feely with his donk girl?
Yes.
So he had no
girlfriend. Yes, his girlfriend is a donk girl.
Okay.
He beat the man down with a chair, but there are attractions. You take pictures with donk girls. That's what happens.
Right.
The man was upset about it and destroyed this other local man with a chair for touching his donk girl a little bit too much and enjoying the view and touching and feeling a little bit too much, trying to get a show and tell going on, if you know what I mean.
There's two things about this story. First of all, if your lady is in that business, okay, if she's a stripper or a donk girl or a Hooters girl, whatever, you have to come to the realization that there's going to be some overstepping of boundaries. The normal boundaries don't apply in those places, right?
Right.
So you just don't be there. If you can't handle it, just stay home, bro. Now, secondly, I've seen some hardcore bar fights, bro. I've been in some hardcore bar fights, and you hit somebody with a chair, it's on, dude. It is on. I've seen some people take pool cues. I saw a dude take a beer bottle to the face one time. Never seen anybody get hit with a chair, but if you get hit with a chair, you are going to feel that the next day, let me tell you.
Exactly. Well, John, before you go, brother, what's your take on this week's Boss Report, man?
I thought it was great. I thought this week's it was like a throwback. It was like a throwback. Florida man got back to being naked, got back to using standard issue weapons, broomstick, lumber, 2x4. We also learned that Florida man no longer cares about his marijuana consumption. He's to the point now where he just asks the cops to hold it for him in random situations during his day-to-day life, which I find refreshing personally. So yeah, I thought it was an enlightening report, JR, and it was a fun report.
Yes, indeed. Well, folks, that's the Boss Report here on the Bossman Show, BossmanShow.com. We are out.
And if you don't know, now you know.
Hello, I'm Dana Ford, head coach of the Tennessee State Tigers men's basketball team, and I'd like to invite you to be a part of the Rebound Foundation game that takes place February 16th at the Gentry Center at 8 p.m. Central and can be seen on ESPNU. The mission of the Rebound Foundation is to provide the necessary building blocks for women and children recovering from domestic violence. You can make a contribution without being at the game at pledgeit.org, TSU Rebound Challenge. To find out more information about the Rebound Foundation, visit www.thereboundfound.org. You can also follow us on social media at the handle The Rebound Foundation. Help the Tigers stand up against domestic violence by pledging to end it.
For all your photo, video, and voiceover needs, check out the fine folks at Blueberry Productions. They will take good care of you. If you don't believe me, you can see for yourself. Check out their work at blueberryproductions.tv, the Facebook page, Blueberry Productions, also a Vimeo page, a YouTube page, and it's Blueberry, BLUBERRY, Prod on Twitter. Check them out today. Blueberry Productions, great people, great work, great service.
Fantasy football season is fast approaching, and if you're looking for an edge this season, you need to contact the guys at Draft Day Consultants. The concept is a simple one. Draft Day Consultants takes your requests and connects you with one of their trusted analysts, who then guide you through your draft. Whether you just need a sounding board on decisions, or if you need them to conduct your entire draft, Draft Day Consultants has you covered. Every one of their consultants has a proven track record of success and have conducted hundreds, even thousands of mock drafts. Thanks to this year-round research and analysis, the guys at DDC have an unmatched understanding of player values. So gain an edge on your league mates this season by hitting up draftdayconsultants.com. That's www.draftdayconsultants.com. Now get after it, fantasy footballers.
Hip-hop fans, I got a great album for you. The debut album from Family Grind ENT, True Speech and 313 Fresh. We're going to do 2 discs, 33 songs of pure, genuine hip-hop. Albums available on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, illstreetrex.com, and streaming live right now on Rhapsody, Beats Music, Spotify, Xbox Music, Slacker Radio, and SoundCloud. Check them out today. True Speech and 313 Fresh. Family Grind ENT. Believe in it. Get it.